Hello guys, I'm finally back in my motorcycle. So I'm going all the way till Moyong to service my bike actually. Well, I'm doing it through one of my friend. As you might know him because he's very famous in Shillong, one of the most famous rider. So his name is Joe99. So I'm going to his place to service my bike. I have to change a lot of things, general service plus I think it's like a more like a major service because it's been 8 months now that I have not done anything in my bike, so I have to do a major service, and at the same time I have to change a lot of parts like clutch plates and many other things as well. So I have to change that. And so yep, I'm going with my mom. I'll be dropping her halfway because she needs to go somewhere, maybe to her cousin's place. So I'll just be going into I'll just be dropping her halfway, and then I even have to fill petrol as I'm going till Moyong. So yep. The first thing is this, that I'll be showing you all the list of products that I've purchased. I've bought a lot of things. One whole bag is filled with bike parts, so you can imagine. And after that I even have to do a lot of things like I need to buy WD-40, and then WD-40 is for my friend actually. Damn, I hate the roads here, man. Like literally, just recently they digged this thing for some pipelines, and now they're back with this again. Started digging all the way. I don't understand how is the government, either the PWD department is such a failure, or maybe the government or the local MLAs. They don't care anything about roads. Just imagine buying an expensive bike or car in Shillong is just a waste of money, because you have potholes every freaking way, like everywhere. Like you have potholes, and that really damages your bikes, shockers, not only bikes, even for cars. And it is one of the major factors which causes accidents. Traffic police are so concerned about rash driving, this and that, but never concerned about safety, which in terms come through this, basic road safety. Nobody cares. I'll just fill my petrol.
1 hour later.
A lot of you might have a question regarding how what is the engine capacity or engine oil capacity of the R3. So to be honest, even for the Ninja 300 and for the R3, so it requires at least 2.2 liters of engine oil. And apart than this, I have bought 3 engine oil right now. This one is from my previous one, the last time when I serviced my bike, so I had some leftovers. I bought that, so I bought these 2 new. So this roughly cost around, let me show you, 1,300, but I got it for 1,200. And the engine oil filter, which costs around 478 rupees, and then 2 WD-40s to clean my throttle body, air filters. So I've taken the basic OEM ones, because obviously I have not tuned my bike or have not put a full system exhaust, so there's no point of me putting BMCs. So this one also cost around 518, which is very reasonable. But yeah, the clutch plates, so all total this costed me, the steel plates and the leather plates costed me somewhere close to around 2,340. But if I generally the showroom suggests us to change the whole assembly, that costs around 10,000 or 11,000. And I've also bought these 2 additives, and yeah, and these 2 iridium spark plugs, which cost around 830. I didn't get any sort of discount from this. So I must say that I'll be telling you the total cost and everything about the total servicing of the bike. And these are just basic things that I've taken actually for the bike servicing. But then yeah, I didn't get it from the Yamaha showroom, because obviously I feel like if I do it from outside, moreover my bike's warranty is almost already over, so there's no point of me to to go there and then do it, because obviously I won't get to see the bike inside and if they're doing things properly or not. But doing it outside, and especially if he is your friend, so you have that trust thing between both of you, and then you have a trust relationship as well. So since I've shown you all the parts that I've bought, so we'll start with the servicing now. The first thing that we'll be doing is, so right now what we're doing is we're putting this engine oil flush inside the chamber, so that'll remove all the dirt that is inside the engine oil, and also remove all those like jammed oil, so that'll be easier for us to flush it out while removing the old engine oil. And also it'll help in keeping the engine bay very clean, so it'll be really important. And you must do it not frequently obviously, but then after every how many kilometers?
Maybe 30-40k.
30-40k. So it's actually very good for your bike if you want a long engine run also. And there goes inside the engine oil flush. So we'll be running the bike after this for at least 8 minutes. That'll really help, so that'll go all around the engine bay, so it'll be really helpful. So it'll just go to all the corners also, and later on while taking out the old engine oil, it'll be very easy for us.
Sudah.
Huh. Yeah.
You used to loop, nah?
Yeah, but I used to use engine oil only.
That's what, nah? Yeah. I thought it's leaking. Pass, nah? So you give oil, nah? Directly here. But he just changed mobile oil, engine oil, but he gave me all this thing to clean.
So this is the condition of a bike, because we're doing a quick throttle throttle body cleaning, and that requires of opening all these parts. So it's really hard to do all these things in Yamaha because everything is so messed up. So finally done. Now we'll be cleaning the throttle body, that is this. So guys, was just done with a lot of things, that is cleaning the throttle body. So we had to remove this tank and also change the air filter. So below this is the throttle body, so we did a complete clean out of that. And now we're changing this clutch plate, and it's already somewhere very close to around let me check, around 9 now. So we're opening the clutch plate just so that'll be easy for us to install our new clutch plates. So it took us a lot of time because there are so many screws in R3, and then it was really hectic because it consumed a lot of time.
Oh, let me smell.
Oh yeah. Pull.
Oh, very hot.
So what happened is that we removed this casing. So there's one thing which is very faulty about the R3 is this, that the coolant directly goes over here in the small tiny hole. So whenever you remove or you change your clutch plates, do remember that bring extra coolant, otherwise it might really create a lot of trouble for you, as the coolant will come out when you open this casing. So this is one thing that I didn't like about the R3. But then however, we're trying to change the clutch plates now, and then we're removing the screws. After that we'll soak up these new clutch plates over the engine oil, and then we'll install these new clutch plates here. However, the Yamaha genuine service guide says that you have to change the whole assembly, but that costs around somewhere very close to 11 or 12,000. So I'm not doing that because there's no point. So I'll just change these clutch plates. So that's it. Now we're changing the clutch plates. Here are all the clutch plates. So we're installing one by one with the leather plates and the other one with the steel ones. So it's going vice versa in initial orders. So yep, it's almost around 9:30 or 10 now. So we're just doing it since 4 p.m. in the evening, and we have Joe here and Mr. Eddie also. He's been waiting for his bike to fix his brake lines. So Joe must be hungry also by now. Now what happened is this, that we're trying to clean all the leftovers of the coolant. So it has gotten, see some here. So we are trying to clean it so that it'll become completely dry, so I won't harm the engine, because some way or the other there's still little percentage of having some sort of risk. So we're just doing something very clean here, and then we'll be fixing the casing and then putting up the new engine oils. So it's almost 11:30 now at night, and then we can pretty see that it's about to rain in a while. So I think we'll continue half of the work tomorrow. So we're just gonna pour engine oil at this moment, because that clutch plate changing part took a lot of time for us, and we had to go through a lot of procedures, and just to assemble it properly took us almost around 1 hour. So now we're just gonna put the engine oil, and then I have to also change the coolant, so I'll buy it tomorrow, and also distilled water. So I'll just put the engine oil at this moment of time, and then we'll start doing everything tomorrow.
As you can see, even this one bottle is leak.
This is not a service video, it's a spoof video. A video filled with failures and lot of mistakes.
Learn from it.
One day later.
Guys, today is another day. So what happened was that yesterday it became really dark for us. So by the time we completed half of the work, it was almost somewhere very close to around 12 a.m. So yeah, we couldn't continue because there were so many things more, like fitting back the body, and also we needed to flush out the old coolant, as the old coolant did when we were opening the clutch chamber. So what happened was that coolant actually entered inside this thing. So actually it's not a problem or anything. The mechanism works in such a way that the coolant little bit enters inside the engine oil whenever you change your clutch plates. So just in case, because of that, we lost a lot of coolant. So today I bought a new one, and also bought some distilled water to flush out the old coolant. So I'll be showing you the process today for sure, and I'll be showing you the bike as well. So it was parked here, so I took Joe's bike yesterday home, and he helped me with that, and then I kept the bike here because obviously it was not in a running condition. So today we'll be continuing the entire work, and I'll be showing you the bike at present. So this is the bike, we're gonna work on it. And as you can see, the weather, just few minutes back when I was coming, the weather seemed to be shining, and then it was really sunny, but suddenly dark clouds came out of nowhere. So it's risky, so we're keeping the bike in the shed something. So it has started raining. Yes guys, so we're flushing out the coolant. So this is the coolant that I'm using, Motocool Hybrid Tech, which is somewhere very close to around 475 rupees, and a distilled water just to flush out the remaining coolant. So this also costs around 30. I bought two, but I think one will do. So here Mr. Joe is on the go again with all the work. He's opening the coolant chamber, coolant case. So
Expansion tank.
expansion tank. Oh yeah, sorry guys. So it's an expansion tank for the thing, coolant. So we're removing that so that any remaining coolant will be flushed out completely from the bike.
A few moments later.
So yep, just look at the bike. It has just started in one go. So everything is successful. Now we'll drain out the old coolant. So we're testing our bikes also. So we're finally done making the bike, and it took us somewhere very close to around 4-5 hours, and it took us a lot of time actually fitting the body parts, because it comes in set, like for example the upper part and then the lower part, and then in between there are so many things, like a lot of multiple parts in the fairing of the R3. So I'm finally done, and thanks to Mr. Joe for actually completing it, and he charged a very reasonable price also. And then a lot of you guys can also come if you have a bike to actually fix your bike here. And do you want to say anything about fixing your bikes and anything like that to the viewers?
Fixing my bike.
I mean, like fixing their bike.
Their bike. I mean, I love fixing bike only.
Yeah.
Like it's like a hobby only for me only. Like I get experience as well, and I get to learn many things from that.
Yeah.
Just it. Just that.
So it's a hobby for Mr. Joe. Actually, he doesn't only love riding bikes but also loves making it. So a lot of you guys can come here. He does it at his home. So a lot of you guys can come here. He charge a very reasonable price compared to making it in Kitting Road. It's really risky because those guys are actually very unprofessional with what they do. But then here you'll be getting good set of tools and professional tools actually, and he does everything according to what is prescribed under the recommendations from the company itself. So you must all visit Joe's garage, and see you soon with another video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Well, I'll be telling you everything about the price list of how much it costed me to actually fix this bike.
A few moments later.
So since I'm done with the servicing, I must say that my experience was really good there and had a lot of fun. Actually it took 2 days because obviously doing a major service in an R3 is very, very difficult because you have to go through a lot of things actually, and there are tons of screws and nuts that you have to really be careful of because obviously that R3 has different parts in its fairing sections. So even for just changing an accelerator cable, you have to open every part of it, every part, like literally every part, from tank, fairing, and just in order to open the tank you need to open the fairing. So it's always like that. So it took us a long time, and then the most hard part was changing the clutch plate because oh my god, it took us a long time. I don't know what was the problem basically, but then I think yeah, the mechanism of an R3 is very, very difficult. Okay, if it's your first time trying it and it's your first time servicing it, then it tends to become a little bit difficult. So yeah, it took us a lot of time since there was this what happened was that the coolant and the clutch plates were attached together. The coolant pipe and the clutch plates were attached together. So what happened was that just because of this, the coolant was filling over the engine. But however, everything is fine since we had to clean up the entire coolant. So yeah, it was fun though, and I must say that Joe charged a very reasonable rate and he has good experience with bikes. I mean, he repaired his engine too, so that was really nice of him. Great experience. So yeah, the bike feels really smooth as I've changed the engine oil. I put up a liquid moly since last time I put up these what do we say this thing, if I'm not mistaken it was Petronas. So yeah, the engine seems to feel literally very smooth comparatively, and no vibrations, no nothing, and the performance also feels really, really adorable at this moment of time. So yeah, I had a pleasant experience there and got new clutch plates, so not popping burnouts or popping wheelies as well, for sure. I mean, like, riding after such a long time is tiring because I had a gap of almost 2.5 months.
One day later.
So hello guys, since I said you all that I'll be sharing you my entire details of the servicing, that includes the amount of spare parts that costed me, and yes, I'll be showing you a sheet of paper that I've wrote down all the parts and all the spare parts that I've used, since I didn't buy anything from the Yamaha showroom except for the engine oil filters and the air filters. But the other parts like my clutch plates were actually from Bagh, Delhi, because if I would have ordered that spare parts in this Yamaha showroom in Shillong, it would have roughly taken me at least 2 months for sure. So I didn't want to waste my time for so long, so I just bought it from Bagh. Thank God I got it. Otherwise, even in Delhi, it's very hard to get spare parts for R3. So I'll be sharing you the entire detail now. Like I told you guys that I'll be using liquid moly engine oil, so I had to buy 2 liters since I already had half from my previous servicing. So that costed me around 1300 for 2. That equals to around 2600. And the engine oil filter, that's genuine, that's around 478. Then the air filter 510, and the iridium spark plugs NGK. So I didn't use the normal spark plugs here, but I used iridium ones as it has good life, and also it gives a good combustion to the engine. So that costed me around 830 per piece. So I bought two, since we have a dual cylinder bike, so it costed me around 1660. Then the clutch plate for 2450. Genuinely, what happens is that Yamaha suggests us to change the entire assembly. That assembly actually comes somewhere very close to around 12,000 rupees. But what I did was, since the bike was performing very good and I didn't had any sort of clutch complaints, so I just changed the clutch plates. That's it. And the engine oil flush and additives, this actually helps in removing all the dirt or any add up oil or any stuck oil inside the engine. So that costed me around 454. And the Motul Ice Cool Coolant, so this was the one that I used previously also in my last servicing, so I used that again. So I had to buy a new bottle since I flushed off the old coolant. That costed me around 478. And then distilled water for around 60 rupees, roughly 2 liters. And the entire service charge was just far as rupees, 850. So that costed me very less, thanks to Mr. Joe, as he helped me with all these things and he charged me a very, very, very reasonable rate. And being a friend, he did everything he could to make my bike perform very good, and I'm very pleased with his service. And so in the end, I must be saying that the total service did cost me somewhere very close to around 9,540 rupees. Like I told you guys that we have to go through a lot of issues owning an R3, because it is a very good bike. I must say that the engine is very smooth, very reliable as well. So yeah, the only problem is the spare parts availability, and it's expensive because it's a CBU unit. All the major parts comes all directly from Indonesia, so that takes a little bit of time. And since the market strategy of R3 in India is very, very, very compact and they don't have much bikes here, so what happens is that the showroom does not keep parts, like major parts, in stock. So most of the time it's always on order. So yes, if I compare it to KTM's or even any other bikes like Apache or any other such in this segment, I must say that the R3 and the Ninja 300 is expensive. However, Ninja right now is kind of fine because it's now made in India. But then comparatively, if you compare it to R3, it's still a CBU unit. So even for the BS6 R3, I know that everything will be very, very, very similar to the BS4 ones. So all the parts will be coming from Indonesia directly. So that's how the rate actually rises up slowly and gradually. So anyways, I hope this video is really informative to you, and I hope you enjoyed watching my video. So I'll be uploading a lot of ride videos soon where I'll be going out with my friends, and at the same time I've bought a new Insta360, so you'll be getting some shots with it too. So at the end of the video, I must say that do like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so you get notified whenever a new video has been released. So stay tuned, stay happy, and stay safe. See you. Take care. Until then, bye.
Control.